Happy Monday! Hello. I feel rejuvenated. I got some good rest in this weekend. I forced myself to get some good rest. I am starting my 2-day cleanse today, my fasting cleanse. And so I set my overall intention for this 2-day cleanse, and I set my manifestations for this morning. So me and the universe had a talk already. Me and the Lord, we are in tune with what I am seeking in these next 2 days. So this video, I wanted to talk to you about the power of self-validation. Now, this is something that I have struggled with greatly throughout my entire life. As someone who didn't always feel loved, didn't always feel wanted, felt rejected very often, I always sought for validation in other people. And still today I catch myself doing that, but now I have steps to bring me right back. So today I want to talk about 3 keys that can help you to seek validation within, and just understand the importance of why we should not seek elsewhere for validation. Number 1, speaking love into ourselves. Now, this tip and this key can help you for many different things, to build more confidence, to not have any expectations of others, but it's really important to speak love into ourselves. Now, if you think about all the love that we give to other people, ask yourself, why don't I deserve that same love? If my mom, if my siblings, if my friends, if strangers on the street deserve me being hyped for them and me being so about them and giving them all the love that I possibly can, why can't I give that right back to myself? Why do I put myself at the very end of the day, at the very bottom of the list, and when it comes time to give myself some love, I don't have any left? We need to start with ourselves first. The same way you hype somebody else up, you need to hype yourself up. The same way you're there constantly, consistently for other people, you need to be there for yourself and your needs and your wants and your priorities. Speaking love into ourselves is really crucial in our self-development journey and that self-discovery journey, which ties into the second tip that I have for you, which is to give. I'm looking at my notes over here. To give. So the more you give without expectation, the more you receive. And I know that that's really difficult, but it's just training your mind to give without expectation. If you are going to write somebody a long novel and express yourself on how you feel about them, don't do that expecting a long novel back. Now, that kind of ties into the 5 love languages and understanding how people receive and give love, which is a different video that I have for you guys. But just briefly talking about it, there's 5 specific love languages among several others that people speak and receive. And so a lot of times, let's say mine, for example, is words of affirmation. So I used to be the person who used to write all these novels and just paragraphs and paragraphs and expressing my love, and then I would get an emoji back, or I would get nothing in return, and I would feel so bummed. And I had to really be introspective and think, why did you really do that? Did you do that for a response, or did you do that because you wanted to make this person feel good? And it should be because you wanted to make this person feel good and just wanted to express yourself in that moment. So that second tip is to give. Giving without expectation really allows you to just do it freely, and when you get it back, you feel it times 10 because you're not expecting it. Okay, so first key, speak love into yourself. Going into the second key, which is to give without expectation. And the third one is, and this one can be used for different kinds of things as well, I'll always go deeper, is to understand why you seek validation in others. Understand those triggers, understand those traumas as to why you desperately feel like you need someone else to say that they're proud of you. Why do you feel like someone else needs to say good job for you to feel like you did a good job? Now, when I did this practice, it was, again, going way back to childhood of not hearing those things often. I went through a lot of emotional, like verbal abuse, and you're stupid, you're dumb, you're worthless, you're fat, you're ugly, you know, you don't know how to do anything. Instead of hearing uplifting words, I just was knocked down. So I always felt rejected. I always felt like I wasn't good enough. And so as an adult and as I grew older into adulthood, I realized that I sought validation in everyone else but myself. I always sought validation in people. Once I heard that I'm proud of you, once I heard that I'm doing a good job, then I could kind of calm down and think, okay, maybe I really am doing a good job. I never thought to seek it within myself. I always thought that, you know, being proud of yourself was like a weird thing, that I was being cocky, or that I was just kind of like, I don't know, like I need to be humble. I can't be telling myself that I'm a bad bitch every day. No, you can tell yourself that you're a bad bitch every day. You should believe it, and you should only seek that within yourself. So when you get that love and that appreciation from others, it's just a bonus because you already have that inside of you. So that is really, 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 really important. Understand those triggers, unravel it, uncondition yourself. Pick it apart. Understand why you feel the need to seek elsewhere for validation, and you will start to relearn and recondition to yourself into a being that only seeks it within thyself. Now, again, it's a process. Sometimes I still feel bummed. Sometimes I have these feelings of like, dang, like, you know, I thought that was a great thing that I did, and nobody said good job. Nobody said that they were proud of me. Nobody said anything, you know, or I sent that person a really long message and I woke up thinking about them, and I wanted to express my love, and all I got was a heart emoji in return. You can't think like that. People are busy. Sometimes they won't have time to get back to you, or they're just feeling and trying to take in your words so much that they just can't respond, or that's just not their love language to write novels back, but they show you love in different ways. It's really all about being introspective and seeking it within yourself. That is the power of self-validation. And the bonus is just being proud of yourself. Be proud of how far you have come. You do not have to wait for somebody else to tell you that they're proud of you, or wait for somebody else to say you look good, or wait for somebody else to tell you good job or anything like that for you to feel those feelings. I look at myself in the mirror every morning and I tell myself how beautiful I am, and I tell myself how proud I am of the growth that I have obtained, and I speak it into existence, and I say, okay, Brenda, you was a bad bitch. And you know, kind of stemming off of the photo shoot that I just had, and sometimes I feel like, dang, like maybe am I crossing the line? Am I blurring the line between confidence and cocky? And I honestly don't feel like I do, because we need to be our biggest supporters. I understand very well what it is to have to be humble, and never let things get to your head. Never let a compliment get to your head. Never let a negative comment get to your head. Don't let it blow you up. You have to stay grounded. You have to stay humble, but at the same time, boost that confidence. And that is what's going to allow you to step outside of your comfort zone and keep pushing. So the results of the power of self-validation and the 3 keys to seeking love within thyself is to feel more worthy, to not depend your worthiness on somebody else's words and somebody else's praise. It's also to not have grand expectations of others. When you're not seeking love or validation in anybody else, then you're not expecting it. So when you get it, it's a beautiful thing, and you're not having that worry of like, fuck, why is not anybody validating me? Why is not anybody sending me love? All of the love that you need is within. No expectations from others or from yourself, really, at the end of the day. And then not holding yourself back. The more you seek love and validation in others, the more you hold yourself back. Okay, well, maybe that thing that I did is not as good because nobody told me that they were proud of me. So I'm going to quit, and I'm not going to do it again, and I'm not going to keep trying. I'm not going to step outside of my comfort zone because I stepped out of my comfort zone and nobody validated it, and nobody said that all that thing that I did was super amazing. So I'm not going to do that again. No, we should not have any of those that verbiage in our vocabulary. Don't stop yourself from being greater just because nobody else told you that you're great. You gotta tell yourself that you're great. You gotta tell yourself you are the only one who knows how truly far you have come in your journey. Whether it's weight loss, whether it's self-love, self-discovery, whatever it is, you are the one who knows how far you have come and how much of a bad bitch you are. So you tell yourself, you be proud of yourself, you seek validation within. Do it.